Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda. This class will be a core heavy focused Vinyasa yoga. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Taking this moment to connect with yourself, to come into your body, into the space that you're in, and into this moment right now. Acknowledge your breath as it enters your body, elevating the hands that you have placed on your torso, and acknowledging the breath as it leaves, the hands falling. Beginning to extend this breath, breathing in through the nose, filling up first the belly, then the rib cage, then the chest. Exhaling out of the mouth, from the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Another breath like that in through the nose, filling up the belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhaling out of the mouth, from the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Third time's a charm, so one more breath, deep inhale, filling up the belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhale out of the mouth, from the chest, rib cage, and belly. Taking a moment to set an intention for yourself for this class, even if it is just to stay present with the challenges that might arise. Go ahead and plant that intention as a seed in your heart space and flutter your eyes back open so we can begin. Coming over your shins, we'll come directly into our tabletop position, moving into cat and cow. We always do cow first, so dropping the belly down, lifting the tailbone, broadening the collarbones, lifting the chin, taking an inhale here. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the hands into the floor, dropping the tailbone down. Inhale, coming into cow. Exhale, coming into cat. Taking a couple more of these on your own breath cycle, maybe making some different movements forward and backwards just to get acquainted with your body and where you are at right now today. From this cow, your next cat, you're going to press into your hands and lift your knees off of the mat. Inhale, dropping the knees down, coming into a cow, stretching out the front body, and then exhale, rounding the spine, pressing into the hands, lifting the knees. We'll take 3 more like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, rounding the spine, lifting the knees. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat with the knees lifted. And last one, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat with the knees lifted. Whew, starting still at the beginning. Taking the right ball of the foot back behind you, sending energy down the back of the leg. You can use your hands as a leverage point and the ball of your right foot. Just give your calf a stretch out. Can come on and off of it a few times here. Coming back into a neutral, we will open up the shin of the left leg, spinning it 90 degrees, putting the sole of the right foot down, lifting the right arm up. We are in a supported side plank here. Really feeling energy in the outer edge of the right foot, coming all the way up the right side body. Taking an inhale in this position. Exhale, the right arm comes over the right ear for a long diagonal. Setting the right hand down, spinning the left shin back. Our right foot is still out behind us. We're gonna lift that right heel up towards the ceiling. Lift the left arm up. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, we're bending the knee and the elbow. leading into the center. Again, feeling a nice tight abdominal muscles. There are 4 sets of abdominals actually. Inhale, open, exhale, bring it into center. Inhale, open, exhale, bring it into center, back open, and set everything back down. This time taking the ball of the left foot out behind you, sending energy down the back of the left leg, getting a calf stretch here. And then moving into our supported side plank on this side. So the right shin spins 90 degrees and the sole of the left foot is on the mat. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, the left arm comes over the ear. Feel a nice long diagonal stretch. Continuing the circle, the left hand comes back down. The right shin spins back and the ball of the left foot is on the mat. This time the left heel lifts. Our left hip is still facing down towards the mat. The right hand lifts, taking an inhale in this position. Exhale, the elbow and the knee come in to meet. Inhale, opening it back up. Exhale, right elbow, left knee come in. Inhale, opening it back up. Last time, exhale, coming into center. Inhale, opening it back up and setting everything down. Go ahead and tuck the toes under, pressing into your hands, sitting your seat up towards the ceiling, coming into downward dog. Allow your heels to pedal. Again, stretching maybe a little bit further up the backs of the legs. And then finding yourself in a still, neutral downward dog. Your heels can be lifted, your knees can be bent. My main focus here in downward dog is making sure that the tailbone is lifted up towards the ceiling so you have a nice long spine all the way down the lower back. From here, we're going to inhale, roll ourselves out into a plank position. And in this plank, we're going to send our weight forward and back. Forward and back. One more time, forward and back. Bending the knees, coming back into downward dog. We're going to lift the right heel up towards the ceiling. Bending the right knee, bringing it to the left elbow. Exhale here. Inhale, lifting that heel back up in our 3-legged dog. Exhale, the knee comes into the nose, just straight forward. Inhale, it lifts back up. This exhale, the right knee comes to the right elbow. Exhale, inhale, lifting it back up. And we're moving into a fallen triangle. So the right foot slides through to the left side. The left arm lifts up. Taking a deep breath here. Exhale, setting the left hand down. This right foot will spin up and around. We're coming into a rock star, stretching out the front body, reaching our right arm towards the top of our mat, shifting back into a 3-legged dog. Both hands are on the mat. The right heel is lifted up towards the ceiling, bringing that knee into the nose before you step it forward into a lunge. The right arm will lift for a lunge twist. Taking a deep inhale, deep exhale, deep inhale, exhale, the right hand sets back down, the right foot steps into downward dog. The left heel will now lift up. The left knee will bend and come to meet the right elbow, crossing it over your body. Inhale, lifting back up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, the knee comes into the nose. Inhale, it lifts up. Exhale, the left knee meets the left elbow. And then it lifts back up. And now it moves across, so the left leg crosses over to the right side for a fallen triangle. The right arm lifts up to the ceiling, taking a deep inhale, deep exhale. Setting the right hand down, this left foot moves up and around
the right leg and come into a rock star. Again, stretching out the front body. Flipping yourself back around, the left hand comes to the mat, the right heel lifts, we're in three-legged dog. The left leg lifts, we're in three-legged dog. And then the left knee comes into the nose to step forward into a lunge. The left arm lifts, lunge twist. Taking an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The left hand sets back down. The left foot steps back. Having problems with my right and left today. Again, rolling forward into a plank, shifting forward and back. 1, 2, 3 times. This time we're lowering the knees down, the chest and the chin, the elbows come into the sides, and we slither forward. Our whole front body is on the mat. We'll take an inhale, coming up into baby cobra, and slide those hands forward. So our forearms and our hands are on the mat. We're in Sphinx pose. Taking an inhale, lifting the gaze up, broadening the collarbones here. Exhale, rounding the spine. Taking a look at your belly button and also trying to tighten your stomach here. Inhale, lengthening the front body, taking your gaze up. Exhale, kind of crunching it here. One more time, inhale, lengthening the front body. Exhale, tightening those abdominals, finding yourself back into a neutral Sphinx. As you exhale, lower down, slide your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, press back into downward dog. And then take one foot, slowly stepping in front of the other to the top of your mat. Have them be about hips distance apart, knees bent, belly resting on the thighs, neck, head, and jaw are all loose hanging like a rag doll. Shaking your head yes and no. Bending your knees, finding some grounded buoyancy in your legs. Before you bend them so much, your tailbone begins to drop to the mat and you start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Neck and head, the last two things to come up, rolling your shoulders up and back. 1, 2, 3 times, coming into a nice strong Uttanasana. Inhale, both of the arms lift up overhead into Urdhva Astasana. Exhale, folding over the legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, finding a halfway lift, the palms find the shins. Nice long spine, nice broad collarbones. Exhale, dropping it down, letting it all go. The knees are bent enough so that the hands can plant onto the mat. The right foot steps back into a lunge. The left foot steps back, meeting it in downward dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank. Exhale, lower down. If chaturanga is in your practice, go ahead and find that. Inhale, coming into upward dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale, the right heel lifts up towards the ceiling. Bring that right knee into the nose, hold it there before you step it forward into a lunge. Take a look forward before you step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Again, long spine, broad collarbones. Exhale, dropping it down, releasing the neck, the head, the jaw at the bottom. Inhale, standing up. To do it again on the left side. Both arms lifting up. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Plant the hands. The left foot steps back into a lunge. The right foot steps back into downward dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows into your sides. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the left heel up towards the ceiling. Bringing that left knee into the nose, holding it there for a second before you step it forward into a lunge. Look forward to step forward. Right foot meets the left, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, standing up. Both arms lift overhead. Urdhva Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dropping it down. Plant the hands. The right foot steps back into a lunge. This time the left foot steps back just into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Again, lifting the right heel up towards the ceiling, bringing the right knee into the nose, hovering in this space, really feeling tight abdominals before you take the right foot forward, fully into lunge. Look forward to step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, standing up, all of that to the left side. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dropping it down. The hands plant on the mat. The left foot steps back into a lunge. The right foot steps back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Broad collarbones. Exhale, downward dog. The left heel lifts up. The left knee comes into the nose. Again, hovering here. 3, 2, 1. Before you step forward into a lunge. Look forward to step the right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dropping it down. Inhale, both arms lift overhead. And you sit your seat back into chair pose. Taking the tailbone and dropping it down towards the mat so you have an elongated lower back and a tight abdominals. Seeing if you can sit your seat back a little bit lower. Taking an inhale. Exhale, sweeping the arms by your side, lifting the seat, coming into diver's pose, lifting both heels off of the mat for a little bit of a balance posture. Dropping the heels down, bending the knees, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding over the legs. Again, finding a halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands down. For this, you can either step back into downward dog and move forward into plank and through your flow, or if jumping back into chaturanga is in your practice, you can do that. Coming into upward dog, downward dog, hand taking 3 deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Here we go, moving into our flow. Lift that right leg up, right heel up towards the ceiling, bringing that knee into the nose. Again, holding it here, 3, 2, 1, before you set it down in between your hands. Spin that left heel down, windmill open your arms, coming into a nice, long, strong warrior 2. We feel our feet really planted into the mat. The heels are coming in towards each other energetically to activate our inner inseam, our inner thighs. Flip that right palm, reach it forward, up and back into a peaceful warrior, still bending the right knee forward as you tilt your upper body back, lifting up and over, coming into an extended side angle. The right elbow bends and finds the top of the right thigh. The left arm is over the left ear. If you have the flexibility, you can reach your arm down either to a block, to your ankle, or to the mat. Taking an inhale in this position. Exhale, sweeping the left arm across your face down to the mat. You're lengthening the right leg and spinning the right toes so that both sets of toes, both feet are facing this long side of the mat. We're in a wide-legged forward fold here. Inhale, we're going to take a halfway lift just to find length in our spine. Exhale, dropping it back down. You're going to spin your right toes to the top of the mat, bending the right knee. Sweep this left arm across your face and come back up into an extended side angle. Taking an inhale here. Exhale brings you back up through warrior two. Flip the right palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. And then cartwheel your hands down to the mat, stepping the right foot back, coming into downward dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side, lift that left heel up. Bring that left knee into the nose for 3, 2, 1. Before you set the left foot down, spin the right heel down, open yourself up into warrior two. Again, really feeling rooted in your feet, nice strong legs. Like the roots of a tree are very strong and deep into the earth, so that whenever the branches are blown around, they can go with the flow. Flip the left palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. And then lift up and over into extended side angle. This time the left elbow can find the left thigh, the right arm will be by the right ear. Again, if you have the flexibility, you can reach that left arm down to a block, to the mat, or just to your ankle. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, the right arm sweeps across the face, the left leg lengthens, the left toes spin to the long side of the mat. Inhale, lifting up, long spine. Exhale, dropping back down into this wide-legged forward fold. Hello. Coming back over to the left side, the left toe spin, the left knee bends, the left hand can find its resting spot wherever it was before, and the right arm sweeps you back up into extended side angle. Taking an inhale here, feeling nice and long on this right side body diagonal. Exhale will bring you through warrior two. Flipping the left palm, reach it forward, up and back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down, and again, move yourself through your flow. Making sure to pair the breath with each movement. We're all in downward dog. We'll lift the right heel back up. We're adding on to this flow. Bring the right knee into the nose for 3, 2, 1. Step it forward. Spin the left heel down. Windmill open. Warrior two. Flip that right palm. Reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. Really using your abdominals and your obliques to lift you up and over to extended side angle. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, the left arm sweeps across the face, down to the mat. The right leg lengthens, the toes spin, you're in wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting halfway up. Exhale, dropping it back down. Again, finding your way back to the right side, to the top of your mat. The right toe spin, the right knee bends, the right hand finds its resting spot, and the left hand sweeps you back up into extended side angle. Taking a breath here, allowing that to stand you up, warrior two. This time we're lengthening the right leg, and we're coming into a reverse triangle. Again, using our abdominals and our obliques to lift us up and over into an extended triangle, a regular triangle to the top of the mat. Taking a breath here, deep inhale. The exhale, the left arm again sweeps across the face. The right toes spin to the side of the mat. You're in a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale again, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, drop it down. Again, crawling over to this right side. We are lifting back up into a triangle pose. Inhale, lifting up through warrior two, bending that right knee again, flipping the right palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. Cartwheeling your hands down to the mat, stepping your right foot back into a plank, leaving some space in between your feet here. We're putting our weight into our left hand and spinning our feet so that the inner edge of the right foot and the outer edge of the left foot is on the mat, and our right arm is lifted up towards the ceiling. Really lifting up this underside of your body away from the mat. Feel the burn, feel all the shakes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, the right hand comes back down. The balls of the feet come back down, you're in plank, and then move through your flow. Exhale, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We've got that to the left side. Inhale, the left heel lifts. The left knee comes into the nose for 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down. Spin the right heel down and lift up into warrior 2. Gotta fix my hair. Flip that left palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. And then again, using your abdominals and obliques, find yourself in extended side angle. Long diagonal on the right side body. Taking an inhale here. On the exhale, the right arm sweeps across the face, the left knee lengthens, the left toe spins, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, drop it down. Coming over to this left leg, spin the left toes, bend the left knee, the right arm sweeps, bringing you back into extended side angle. Inhale lifts you up to warrior 2. Lengthen this left knee, tip yourself back into a reverse triangle. And again, using those abdominals, lift yourself up and over into a regular triangle. Be sure not to sit into hyperextension in that front knee. Keep a little bit of a micro bend there. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, the right arm sweeps across the face. The left toes spin. Here again, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Again, coming back to this left side to the top of the mat. The left toes spin. The left hand finds wherever it was resting before. The right arm circles up. You're in triangle pose. Taking an inhale here. Lifting up through warrior 2. Flip the palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Stepping the left leg back, you're in a plank. Sending the weight over to the right side, into the right arm, lifting the left arm up. The inner edge of the left foot and the outer edge of the right foot are in the mat, on the mat, and you're in a side plank. Really lifting up this right side body away from the mat. Taking an inhale. Exhale, the left hand sets back down. You're back in a plank, and you can move through your flow. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Go ahead and drop the knees wide. Sit the seat back into child's pose. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale lifts you up through tabletop, tucking the toes back into downward dog. We have one more set, but it all starts the same. Lift that right heel up. Bring the right knee into the nose for 3, 2, 1. Step it forward into a lunge. Spin the left heel down, lifting up, warrior 2. We'll flip that right palm, reach it forward, up and back. Peaceful warrior. Using your abdominals to circle up and around into extended side angle. Maybe you go a little bit deeper this time. Taking an inhale here, feeling this nice long diagonal in the left side body. Exhale, the left arm drops across the face. You're coming into wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Crawl your way back to this right foot, this right leg. The right toes spin to the top of the mat. The right knee bends. the left arm lifts you back up into extended side angle. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, lifts you through warrior two, and then lengthens this right leg. Tipping back into reverse triangle, and then up and forward into regular triangle. Feeling this length in your legs, this triangle position, and also from your front leg through your torso, your right arm, this triangle position. Taking an inhale here. Exhale the left arm again. Sweeps across the face, the right toe spins. You're in a wide-legged forward fold to the long side of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, drop it down. Crawling yourself back to this right leg, spin the right toes. The right hand finds wherever it was before. The left arm circles back up through your triangle again. Taking an inhale here. Exhale lifts you up through warrior two. Flip the palm, reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. Again, cartwheeling the hands down to the mat. You're in a lunge. So this time, the right foot steps back into plank. You're coming into side plank on the left side. And you have a few options. You can just lift this right foot up. Maybe you bring it into a tree pose. Still lifting up this underside, the left side, away from the mat. Taking one more breath here. Stepping this right foot behind you, again coming into rock star before you flip yourself back over into three-legged dog. From three-legged dog, you're just going to move through a three-legged flow. So a three-legged plank, three-legged chaturanga, three-legged upward dog, and back into downward dog. Take a deep inhale here. Deep exhale. We have the left side. Lift that left heel up. Bring that left knee into the nose for 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Spin the right heel. Coming up, warrior two. Flip that left palm. Reach it forward, up and back into peaceful warrior. Still bending that left knee forward. And then coming into extended side angle. Left hand down, right arm over the right ear. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, the right hand drops across the face. The left leg lengthens, the left toe spin, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it back down. Coming over to this left foot, left toe spin, left knee bends, right arm sweeps around. You're in extended side angle. Inhale, coming up through warrior two. Lengthen this left leg. Tip yourself back for reverse triangle. Lift yourself up and over into regular triangle. Again, feeling the length of these triangles in your body. Taking an inhale. Exhale, the right arm sweeps across the face. The left toe spin, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it down. Again, crawling over to the left leg, the left toe spin, the right arm circles back up into triangle pose. Lifting yourself back up through warrior two, back into peaceful warrior, cartwheeling the hands down to frame the left foot. The left foot steps back into plank. This time we're moving into side plank on the right side. Right arm is on the mat. You can lift this left leg up, or maybe you find tree pose. Balancing, taking a breath here, feeling the burn. Stepping this left foot behind you into Shula Rock Star, and then flipping back around into three-legged dog. Moving forward into three-legged plank, three-legged chaturanga, three-legged upward dog, back into downward dog. Dropping the knees down wide, sitting the seat back into child's pose, taking 3 well-deserved breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Bringing yourself up through tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting the seat back into downward dog. Slowly walking one foot in front of the other to the top of the mat yet again. Feet hips distance apart, knees bent, belly resting on the thighs, neck and head totally relaxed. Finding again some buoyancy in your legs to drop the tailbone to the mat and slowly roll up. Again, 1 vertebra at a time. Neck and head are the last 2 things up. Shoulders roll up and back 3 times, coming back into Tadasana. We're going to come into Garendasana, crossing the right leg over top of the left and the right arm underneath the left. In this position, you can grab your shoulders, you can bring the backs of the hands together, or you can double wrap if you have the flexibility. You can, with this right toe, keep it kind of kickstand on the mat. If you need a little bit more stability, you can lift it off of the mat, or again, if you have the ability, double wrap there as well. Sitting the seat back. As you do that, because the legs are wrapped, this right hip is moving forward in space if you're not consciously aware of it. So try to move that right hip backwards so that both of the hips are even here. Taking 1 more breath in this eagle pose. Nice strong focus straight ahead of you. Before you uncross it, inhale, both arms lifting up overhead. Our feet are going to be together, toes in, heels a little bit separated, sitting your seat back into chair pose. Finding a prayer at your heart center, revolving around to the right side. This left elbow is going to catch the right thigh. You're in a revolved chair pose, and again, making sure that this left side is not moving more forward than the right. You want both of your knees to be even. You want both of your hips to be even. From here, take a look down at your feet. You're going to start to very slowly put the weight in your right foot, lifting your left foot up to send it behind you into a high lunge. You're coming into a revolved side angle. If you need to drop this left knee down, you totally can. Finding some stability. Maybe once you do, you lift it back up. Feeling the hips squeezing in to the midline. Pressing your hands together to lift your body off of your leg. And using the leverage point of your left elbow on your right thigh to rotate your ribcage around a little bit more. Feeling nice long energy down the back of the heel, all the way out the crown of the head. Taking 1 more breath here before you let it go. The hands find the mat. The left toes will come in just a little bit so you can lengthen through this right leg. We're in a pyramid pose. If you can, release your upper body over the legs. Feeling strength in the legs, feeling strength in the feet, pressing into the mat. And bringing your hands either to your hips or even finding a prayer behind your lower back. Begin to slowly lengthen your spine to stand yourself upright. From here, lifting both arms up overhead, moving your weight forward into this right leg. The left leg will lift up, the toes are pointing down, the heel is lifting up, the arms come by your side. Warrior 3, again bending this right knee, setting the ball of the left foot down, high lunge. Prayer through your heart center, again coming into a revolved side angle. Taking a look down at your right foot, you're going to step this left foot forward to meet it, setting yourself back up into a revolved chair, and then let it go, forward fold, shaking out your legs, And standing yourself back up, arms overhead, right through heart center, taking a breath here, and again, shaking it all out. Left side, so the left leg comes over top of the right, the left arm comes underneath the right. Finding yourself in Garendasana, eagle pose. Nice strong focus. The left hip this time, you're thinking about moving back in space. And then release it, letting it go. Inhale, both arms lifting up overhead. Toes are together, heels are a little bit separated. Knees bend, seat moves back. Sometimes I will lift my toes up off of the mat so that I know that my weight is farther back. Finding a prayer to heart center, revolving around so that the right elbow hooks the left thigh. And this time it's the right knee and the right seat trying to move back in space to make sure everything is even. Taking a look down at your feet, weight is into the left foot, the right foot lifts up, moves back, high lunge. You can set the right knee down so you can set up a nice structure with your upper body first. Again, this elbow thigh connection helps with the revolving, the twisting, the wringing out of your center, and the hands you can use to press yourself off of your leg. And then if you can, lift that knee up. And then if you want more of a challenge, you can take your gaze up as well. Taking one more breath here before you release the hands down to the mat. Scoot this right leg in, lengthen both of the legs, and try to allow your upper body to rest over. You might need blocks here to lift this position up, to take some of the strain off of your hamstring. Please find those if you need it. Again, feeling strength in your legs, feeling these inseams really turned on, so you can take your hands to your hips, or again, finding a prayer behind your back, and lengthening your spine, broadening your collarbones, using the strength of your legs to stand you upright. Your arms will come up overhead. Your weight will shift into this left leg. The right leg lifts up. You're coming into warrior 3. Right hip down, right toes down. Bend that left knee. Set the ball of the right foot down. You're in high lunge again. Prayer through heart center. Revolving yourself around into a revolved side angle. Again, taking a look down at your left foot to step the right foot forward, getting resituated into a revolved chair, and then letting it go. Shaking the legs out, planting the hands down, stepping the feet back into downward dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank, and then bending the elbows in very slowly. Lower yourself all the way down into the mat, bringing the arms by your side, forehead on the mat. We're going to come into Locust pose, Shalavashna. So on your inhale, you're lifting up your legs and your upper body. Imagining that someone has your fingertips and is pulling them behind you, so it's your back body that is lifting you up. Also imagining that you have a zipper from your inseam, from your seat all the way down to your ankles, so that the legs are really squeezed together. Taking one more breath here, maybe lift a little higher, and then let it go, allowing one cheek to come to the mat. You can kind of shake your legs out, making sure you're not holding on to any residual tension in your booty. Take a breath here. We're gonna do that one again, but we're gonna add on to it. So forehead on the mat. We're going to lift up into Shalavashna, and we're going to sweep the arms around so that they're in front of us. And as they reach in front of us, you're going to open your legs. Then you're going to close your legs and open your arms. Close your arms and open your legs. Close your legs and open your arms. Keep doing this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your arms. Swim them all the way back. Shalavashna. Let it go. Switch the cheek that's on the mat. And again, shake out your hips. Not holding on to anything. Fully relaxed on the mat. One more variation of this. Forehead on the mat. You're going to reach behind you and find your ankles. And you might need to lift your body up to grab them. So again, we're thinking in this position that our knees are down towards the mat, that our inner thighs are squeezing in towards each other. And we're going to flex our feet and kick into our hands and allow that energy to lift our upper body off of the mat. Coming into bow pose, Dhanurasana bow pose. Feeling maybe a stretch across your chest and strength in your legs. And then very slowly release that down. All right, we're going to flip over onto our backs. Bringing your heels in as close as they can come to your seat. The feet are going to be hips distance apart so that your knees are track right over your toes. Arms are going to be down by your sides. Pressing into your feet and especially into your heels, tucking your pelvis under to lift your body up into bridge pose. At the height of bridge pose, imagine that you have a block in between your legs here. So you're really squeezing to activate the inner thighs. And again, pressing into your heels will activate the hamstrings and the gluteals. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, see if you can lift this a little bit higher before you start to roll down very slowly. Once you're at the bottom, you can take your feet wide and knock your knees in so your knees are resting on each other. Take your hands, maybe both of them are on your belly. Maybe one is on your belly, one is on your chest. We're starting to take all of this energy that we've exerted, bring it back into ourselves now. Setting yourself back up, you'll have 2 options here. The first one is to lift back up into a bridge pose, exactly the same. Maybe this time clasping the hands underneath you, walking your shoulders out so you have nice broad collarbones here, and you get more of a stretch across the chest and front body. Your other option is to come into our full wheel. So if full wheel is in your practice, you can set yourself up. The fingertips will come in towards the shoulders. The elbows will face up towards the ceiling. And again, really squeezing the elbows towards the body like we practice in Chaturanga. The elbows come in. The elbows again stay nice and strong in. Pressing into the hands, pressing into the feet, and sending your pelvis and belly up towards the ceiling. Pressing up into our wheel, our full wheel. And again, thinking about pressing into your heels to lift your seat up, and still imagining that you're squeezing that block in between your thighs. I like to play with my arms, kind of where I'm positioning my body here. And when you feel ready, like you've experienced your full wheel, feeling your abdominals stretch, you can very slowly bend your elbows, again, keeping them in towards the body, setting the head and the neck back down, rolling the spine back down, and again, taking the feet wide, knocking the knees in, coming back into constructive rest. If you do have a block in your practice, if you have one nearby, you can go ahead and grab that. The block is optional, but set your feet back up where they were before. You can, again, this position has two options. You can either tuck your tailbone under, set the block underneath your sacrum, which is going to be a little bit lower than your lower back. It's almost like your booty's resting on the block here. And from here, you can slowly start to lift one leg up towards the ceiling, and then the other leg up towards the ceiling. So you can use this as your option, or if you would like a more challenging version, we can move into our shoulder stand. So I like to start this in a plow pose. So if you can lift yourself up and over, your legs can go over your head. Your elbows, again, will be in towards the body, and your palms can find your back. So you're starting to rest your back into your hands and slowly lift your legs up towards the ceiling. I have a lot of my weight in my elbows, so I'm taking pressure off of my shoulders and off of my neck. I'm imagining that even though my neck, my head, my shoulders are really on the mat, that I'm pressing my shoulders down away from my ears, almost as if you were doing a lat exercise. And if this feels comfortable for you, you can even release your hands and balance in this jackknife shoulder stand. And when you feel ready, if you released your hands, you can bring them back up. You can bring yourself back into plow pose, and then very slowly allow your spine to roll back onto the mat, bending the knees, planting the feet back on the mat. Very slowly moving your knees, windshield wiper from side to side. Very gently. Finally allowing them to fall over to the left. From here, you can cactus your arms up by your ears. You can have your arms out by a T. You can take your left hand to the top of your right thigh. Whatever feels good for you. Your gaze can stay up towards the ceiling. It can complete this spiral by moving over to the right side. Just allowing gravity to do the work here. Scanning to make sure you're not holding tension in your body, but really try to just release it and allow it to be. Taking a deep breath here. Many deep breaths here. Again, we're slowing down. Coming back into ourselves. Very slowly bringing your feet back to the mat, the knees back up towards the ceiling, and then allowing them to fall over to the right side. Finding this spinal twist, this Supine spinal twist on the other side. Again, allowing your gaze to go wherever it went on the other side. We like to remain balanced. Even if it feels differently from one side to another, it's good to maintain balance in the practice. Again, seeing where you can release the holding of your muscles, the holding of your breath. Coming back up through center, hugging your knees into your chest, and allowing yourself to fall open into Shavasana. You can take Shavasana just laying fully out. Some people find that taking Shavasana actually in a constructive rest feels better. Whatever you prefer, find that position, allowing your eyes to close. And again, allowing your body to fully relax into the ground beneath you. No need to hold anything anymore. Feeling fully supported and held. Allow yourself to continue relaxing into this Shavasana while I play you a little bit of my steel tongue drum. Allow your next breath to come in a little bit deeper, filling your body with new life and fresh energy. Beginning to make small movements with your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Very gently moving your head from side to side and stretching your arms nice and long overhead. Placing both feet onto the mat, roll yourself over onto your right side, allowing yourself to settle here in a new position, still fully released, relaxed, still fully held by the ground beneath you, still not holding on to any muscles, just being in this position. And then gently press yourself back up into a comfortable seated position.
closing out practice the same way that we started, finding one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, and taking 3 of these 3-part inhales and exhales, breathing deeply into your nose, filling up your belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhaling out of your mouth, from your chest, then your rib cage, then your belly. Inhale in through your nose. Maybe this inhale is extended a little longer. Exhaling out of your mouth, from your chest, rib cage, and belly, all the way to emptiness. Allowing the next breath to come in, filling you up, belly, rib cage, chest, nice and full. Sip in a little bit more air, and then exhale out of your mouth, letting it all go. Recalling the intention that you might have set at the beginning of class, knowing that these practices are like nourishment for these seeds of intention that we plant in our hearts. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.